Earth was supposed to lose gravity for 7 seconds. 8-foot python swallowed an opossum. Employee allegedly robbed his own Shake Shack, then returned for his next shift. What in the blue hell happened this week? Don't you know, can't you hear, won't you see? Gene here, alive and living color right here on the YouTube. Bringing to you, Gene Has Concerns. The top 9 this week. And welcome to the top 9. 9 stories that made me say, holy wow, or what the blue hell, or flaming idiot. Really good stories this week, and they're not all criminal this week like last week's episode. So, and we have some ancient discoveries, the fake gravity that I mentioned, and so much more. So let's go ahead and let's get started with number 9. And right now, Meta released Muse Glimmer, a 30 billion parameter open weight AI model designed to run locally on a Mac or a PC. It can handle agent style tasks, coding, image understanding, and tool use without depending entirely on the cloud. So it can do stuff locally. And, Meta right here, Glimmer AI. Open weight means developers can download, customize, and build with the model under Meta's Apache 2 license. It's all above my head. And what is generally interesting is fitting in an agentic model onto one powerful consumer GPU. Not that Meta suddenly invented local AI, but it's kind of what it sounds like a little bit. And at least, this AI makes something up, it's hallucinating at home. I don't know if you ever dealt with AI. I literally had AI hallucinating with me, Google's AI the other day, when I fed it some information. It couldn't read the information, so it just made crap up. Totally unrelated to what I was trying to do. But yeah, that's... Meta says larger models are coming, but first, another Meta company decided to fix something nobody knew was broken. Now, I'm all behind AI, but, this stuff's going to just keep stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking, and people get worried that Terminator's coming, Skynet's coming. I don't think we're ever going to get there. But, yeah, there's just lots of AI stuff out there. I got some new tools I'll be trying out soon for myself, as a matter of fact. So, now, let's move on to number 8. And Instagram's strange new word mark. Changing their logos a little bit. Instagram replaced its 10-year-old cursive word mark with a heavier mixture of printed and script lettering. Instagram calls it cleaner and more modern. Many people think it looks like Instazam or something. I've seen some other ones. So here, let's go ahead and look at this right here. And we see the old Instagram that I'm used to and this new Instagram. And it is kind of odd looking. The camera icon remains the recognizable Instagram logo. This changes the written name in its branding. And if people cannot immediately read your company's name, your design, maybe you kind of stretch things a little bit too far. And since apparently this qualifies as modern design, Gene Has Concerns received the same unnecessary treatment. And this is going to be my new logo going forward. What do you think? Huh? Yeah, I don't like it either. I'll keep my own logo, that's for sure. Anyway, let's move on to number 7. Right here. And 8-foot python and its last meal. A Freehold, New Jersey family discovered an 8-foot Burmese python hiding underneath their backyard shed. And the snake had an enormous bulge, and an x-ray revealed it had just swallowed an opossum. So it was playing dead. Ha. And then this is a scene here of it, the animal control removing the python, and the python survived and was placed in an experienced handler while officials sought permanent home. And the possum, unfortunately, yep, dead under a doornail. But Burmese pythons are not native to New Jersey, so authorities believe it escaped from an abandoned it it escaped or was an abandoned exotic pet. You know, that happens a lot. And Florida heard about this and said, "Hey, stop stealing our stories," because we've heard the Florida stories down here, that's for sure. But now let's move on to number 6. And right here, divers documented a roughly 2,100-year-old Roman Republican era shipwreck off Mazzara del Vallo on Sicily's western coast. And this is really, really cool. I love when archaeologists and these divers find things like this. It rests about 3 miles offshore and about 150 feet underwater. And this is one scene right here of the what are these here? These are the vases. I thought I had the name in my notes, but I don't. But these are the vases that may have held wine and things like that. And you know, this is pretty cool. You know, researchers still need to establish the vessel's exact origin, cargo, and destination. They're not sure of that yet. But now then, let me share something with you before I move on to number 5. And I'm really excited about this because I'm now a brand ambassador for Pocket Perfume and Pocket Cologne. And these are so cool. And let's see here. Wait, let me get one of these right here. And this is the Pocket Perfume here. This is the larger size. It comes smaller. And I got it back here too. As you can see, they come in these little 1.5 ounces. And they're great for TSA because you just keep it in your pocket, pull it out, let it run through the x-ray. It's not liquid. It's made with 100% beeswax. And there's so many different fragrances out there. I think it's 29 different fragrances we have between the colognes and the perfumes. So definitely check it out because I can see people being out and about and grabbing their chapstick, putting the chapstick on, and then grabbing their pocket cologne or pocket perfume, putting that on and smelling great. So right here is the QR code you can scan, or you can go to you can go to genehasperfume.com and genehascologne.com. I bought those domains that directly link to my affiliate sites, and get yours today. And they're very affordable. And that's what I love about it. And like I said, if you travel, if you fly around, these are great. I've already got my friend Lisa had someone buy some today who she reached out to who was just fixing to travel real soon and was about to try to look for something to be able to get through TSA, and boom, she's got it. So anyway, now let's get back to number 5. And Gina LaPlaca's allegedly fraudulent petition. Yeah, this woman here, New Jersey prosecutors accuse Leverton committee woman and former mayor Gina LaPlaca and her husband Jason Cardy of submitting fraudulent petition signatures. In other words, they had to have so many signatures in order to get on as a candidate. So they just made them up. Duh. And the signatures allegedly placed LaPlaca on the ballot for the June Democratic primary. And here she is right here. I believe this was her mugshot. Investigators say she would not have qualified for the ballot without the disputed signatures. And LaPlaca allegedly swore she personally circulated a petition and that every signer signed it themselves. And these are criminal allegations, not proven facts. So definitely keep that in mind. And, you know, after allegedly manufacturing enough support to enter, she finished last with 323 votes. So it just got her arrested, is all. Didn't even get her elected. And she remains a township committee woman while facing charges involving false statements, petitions, and public records. And if you're going to allegedly rig an entrance exam, at least try not to finish last. I mean, come on, really? So now let's get on to number 4. Evidence of Amazon civilization. Now, if you saw my latest Expedition Unknown companion show, they were in Mexico, and we talked about LIDAR. Well, this is just another example of the LIDAR. LIDAR surveys in northern Brazil revealed nearly 400 previously undocumented geometric earthworks connected to the Aquiri civilization. And researchers mapped the structures beneath the forest canopy across roughly 1,740 square miles. And here's some of the examples right here that you can see. And here, let's do this. And let's zoom in a little bit. And you can kind of see some of the structures or outlines there of what they had at the time as structures and such. And this is pretty wild, you know. I mean, this is just too cool. And they never would have found it without this LIDAR detection, you know? So, I mean, look at all that. Just fascinating. And, you know, it's just, you know, every time these LIDAR removes the view, the trees and the canopy, they find stuff. They find these lost civilizations, you know, and there's no telling how many people may have lived there at one time. And, you know, this is just, to me, it's just too cool. So, anyway, now, number 3. And right here, we'll get to 7 seconds without gravity. Did you hear about this one? A viral hoax claimed Earth would lose gravity for 7 seconds, August 12th, because a secret NASA event called Project Anchor. The story included an imaginary $89 billion survival project and predictions of mass casualties. Well, guess what? No, Earth will not lose gravity for 7 seconds, NASA says. Earth can't simply switch off gravity. It just doesn't happen that way. And the solar eclipse that day could not cancel gravity, had nothing to do with it. And August 12th passed, gravity remained fully employed. So we were perfectly safe. And, you know, there was a moment there that I thought I lost gravity a little bit. Yeah, but it was only a fart. Anyway, moving on to number 2. And James Webb observed extremely distant red object called MOM BH star 1 from about 660 million years after the Big Bang. Despite the nickname, scientists did not discover an ordinary star with a black hole sitting inside of it. That's what they're calling this, the black hole star. And here's artist rendition of what they're finding out here. Looks like a giant rose. But, you know, the leading model is a rapidly feeding black hole surrounded by an enormous, dense envelope of gas that radiates somewhat like a star. It could help explain Webb's mysterious little red dots and how supermassive black holes form so early. And the black hole star explanation remains a scientific interpretation, not a fully developed new category of object yet. So, you know, again, just another cool finding here, holy wow moment. And scientists found a tiny red dot, gave it a terrifying name, and then said, "We still have some questions." So do I. Now, let's get to number one. And this is definitely a what in the blue hell moment. Shake Shack employee allegedly robs his workplace. Police say Shake Shack employee Keandre Simmons uh, called out sick, returned hours later wearing a mask and carrying a gun. He allegedly forced two co-workers into a walk-in cooler and took approximately $2,800 from the safe. And here he is right here. Co-workers recognize his build, hairline, voice, mannerisms, and notice his employee-only knowledge of the store and cooler latch. And surveillance footage, cell phone location evidence, and a green SUV allegedly connected to him and the robbery. Police say a similar firearm and firearm and cash and matching denominations were later found at his home. 2 days later, he allegedly drove back to the same Shake Shack for his next shift, wearing his uniform like nothing had ever happened. Police arrested him in the parking lot of armed robbery, aggravated assault, and kidnapping charges. And these remain allegations, but returning to work where every witness works and earns money with you and knows who you are, well, guess what? You're now the flaming idiot of the week, Mr. Simmons. I mean, come on. Really? Did you really think you were going to get away with that? Absolutely unbelievable. Now, that's this week's top 9. I hope you enjoyed them. Tell me which story you like. Please leave a comment and let me know which story you like, or if I got them out of order, maybe something needed to be closer to number 1 or the number 1. And, I want to talk to you for a second once more. Don't forget the pocket perfume and pocket cologne, but I'm also on the road to 1 billion. Remember this. I want to be the first human on earth to get 1 billion subscribers on YouTube. It costs you nothing, so please check it out. Go to genehasconcerns.com, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to turn it on, get notified when I'm doing these top 9s every week or anything else I'm doing with my companion shows and other videos I'll be hosting and posting. So, and right now I'm at 128 subscribers. It took me 19 years to get that, but it really didn't kick off the channel until this past June when I decided to do Gene Has Concerns. And I've only got 999,999,872 subscribers to go. So please subscribe, like, share, comment, and, let's have some fun. So anyway, take care, have fun, and be safe out there. Oh, and always remember, Gene has concerns.